Welcome to Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across my YouTube channel, you are highly welcome. Please, I beg you for this favor, click on that red button that says subscribe. Beside the red button is a notification bell. Turn the bell on so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first person to check it out. I appreciate each and every one of you who always turn back to watch my videos. Like you know, I present news on daily basis to you. So after watching the video, you are free to criticize and leave your comment constructively. Share the video. Yeah, you can share it to your family, friends, anybody that you can, so that they themselves will be informed. Now I present to you another interesting or informative video which we are going to watch together. Yeah, I'm going to watch this video together with you. Then we'll come to the comments.
Together with the same ideological persuasion for the purpose of organizing the society and getting government for the overall well-being of the people. Being that as it may, these men and women cannot have the same perception of political culture or political sociology, or summarily saying these men and women may not have necessarily same political behavior. So when you have a political party, you are bound to have different phenomena, personalities, and conflicts therefore become part of the inevitability of a political party, even in an advanced democracy. So right now I can say that what is happening in the PDP is insurmountable, or it's a crisis that will take the party to a conclusive negative end. But my interest from research, from participation, is that a patriotic political actor in Nigeria should first ask his or herself, what are the problems of democracy in Nigeria? First, lack of internal democracy. Second, lack of inter-party democracy. Third, lack of rule of law. Now, if these are the problems of democracy in Nigeria, then a responsive political party that is ready to be proactive and act in meeting the needs and aspirations of the people must begin to avoid these problems in order to have a true democracy that can bring about good governance. Now, I view all parties, I study political parties, I study electoral system, and I can say for the past 8 years, the PDP as a political party has developed its internal mechanism in order to have that internalization of democracy. In other words, to have evidence of internal democracy in their party. In 2018, Port Harcourt, the presidential convention, PDP conducted a very free and fair presidential primaries. Atiku Abubakar won. Remember, before the Port Harcourt convention, we had so many stories and disagreements that if the convention...
It's even centered on...
Now, Atiku went to Port Harcourt. The party wanted the convention to be held in Abuja. Some person said it has to be Port Harcourt or Heaven will Fall. The party said we will not allow Heaven will Fall. After all, Port Harcourt is just part of Nigeria. They moved to Port Harcourt. They put with a wide margin in Port Harcourt in a free and fair contest that was regulated by the president, vice presidential candidate. That's a credential that people must not undermine. Okowa was the electoral officer that conducted a free, beautiful, credible presidential primaries in Port Harcourt. So he had that as part of his credential. Then this correct presidential primaries was all live television, free and fair. Even the ruling party needed to wait for PDP, which is an opposition party, to conduct their primaries before they conducted their own. So the PDP presidential primary in Abuja was free and fair. Now, if this is the situation, that means the PDP is conscious of the three basic problems of democracy. They want to have internal democracy. I'm hoping that when they present the best candidate, there will be inter-party democracy, and that the person that will be produced with a foundation of internal democracy will be subservient to the rule of law. So in that case, the party has not offended anybody or any section of the country, because it is the job of the party to have internal democracy. Once you have internal democracy, you have met needs and aspirations of all members of the party, irrespective of the religion or zone that you come from. Again, the candidate that was elected in such a credible exercise has equally not offended anybody, any section of the country, because he emerged from a clearly contested, credible election.
So what do you have to say about those that are thinking that the party didn't help matters before the primaries?
Yes.
Because it's true that they asked them to zone it to the south.
Yes.
And they are holding on to section 7 subsection 3C that talks about equity, fairness and justice.
Yeah.
So what will happen to them if you say the party has not offended anybody? Because what Wike is saying now is that they initially stepped on toes and it is time for them to just make amends.
Okay, fine. Now, if we now establish that foundation, that PDP actually and truly to the Nigerian society is a democratic party by the conduct of presidential primaries, then the question is, before these aspirants contested the presidential primary, you get a series of meetings. And I come to say, in both form, you appear before the screening committee and you participated in the conduct of the election. Now, if you, as a patriotic SATA aspirant, and if you were convincing the Nigerians that you have political foresight, then the PDP has a mechanism to have addressed this issue before the conduct of the election. First, you would have insisted that the clause in the event of an emergence of a noted presidential candidate, the national chairman shall go to South. You can get it through the resolution of the National Executive Committee of the party, or you can get it as an inscription or as part of the electoral guidelines for the conduct of presidential primaries. If you didn't ask, if you didn't insist using the party platform to say, we are going into this contest, what led to this contest being made open? There were four categories of argument. There were those who said, put it in the north, because out of the 16 years of a PDP elected president, we already have 14 years. There were those who said, no, the present president is of natural extraction. It doesn't matter whether he's elected on the platform of another party, therefore should go to the south. Then the other person said, okay, if you want to go to south, morally speaking, because they are preaching morality now, nobody's talking about law. And in politics, whether domestic or international politics, whether it's conflict of law and politics or conflict of law and morality, law takes precedent. Now, those who are not preaching morality, if they're so morally upright as to be, protecting the interests of the southern Nigeria, they will know that the only zone that is morally entitled to presidency in the south is the southeast.
There are two zones, the southeast and the northeast.
No, I'm talking of the south now.
Okay, in the south.
You're asking that it should be zoned to the south.
Yes.
So all of us from the south, including myself, we all know, and I've written an article about it, that if zoning is going to come to the south, the only zone that is morally entitled to the presidency is the southeast. How come about people from the south where we're still interested? How come about people from the south? Morally speaking, the last PDP president came from the south. Why should an aspirant to come from the south side and begin to undermine the southeast? They have credible, intelligent men and women. I went to this on Nigeria Suka. The most brilliant people in this country can be found in the southeast.
So why did the party not go to the southeast?
Let's talk about southeast. I wrote an article. Article Abubakar said, if you are taking it to the south, to the south of Nigeria, take it to the southeast.
And then he said they will support.
And they will support. And there was the fourth argument. I said, hold on, gentlemen. If you cannot zone, then let the delegates come and choose the best. We are in an opposition political party. Let us forget about the issue of zoning. Let the delegates come from the 36 states of Nigeria and FCT to come and make a choice. So the delegates come to Abuja after it was thrown open that they should make the choice. Who have the person who have the capacity, the reach, and the wherewithal to win the election. So the quarrel you are raising now is against the party that did not offend you, against the delegates that came to Abuja to come and elect the candidate of their choice. If there was an infraction in the conduct of the primaries, yes, one can say my party have undone me and I have right to equally undo the party. The party gave you a level playing field and allowed the delegates, after the four arguments of zoning to the north, zoning to the south, zoning to the southeast, or zoning, making it open. Making it open became the popular choice, not of IU, not of Atiku, of the majority of the members of the party.
The committee also
the committee was to work out the arguments and make a recommendation. They don't have power to approve. It is the neck.
But at the end of the day,
yes, it is the neck.
They took it to the neck.
They take it to the neck.
Yes.
And once neck approved, that is this what the constitution of the party says. Neck is the highest organ of the party. It becomes a policy statement. It becomes a law of the party. Once NEC approved the recommendation of the committee by argument and by majority of votes saying, let us for the purpose of merit, because we are in opposition, make it open. It was now known to all aspirants that the contest was thrown open. And about 12 or 13 of them applied.
Okay. Now, if that is the case, yes, then why is Wike against? Because from all he said, he spoke about the PDP candidates not keeping to his promises and to his words. He as well spoke about the national chairman of the PDP, who they are also asking that the man should step down. But that's not the only man they are saying he should step down. There's a section of the constitution of the PDP, which I keep mentioning here, section 45(2), that says when a national chairman resigns, the position of the acting national chairman will go to the region where he hails from. Yes. And if you take a look at that, if I resigns, somebody that is close to him from his own region, Deputy National Chairman North, is from Gobe and is also a Northerner. And the Wike group is insisting that that man should also resign. So it's two persons that they want to step down.
See, when people say that Atiku Abubakar is not a man of his ways, Atiku is one of the most notable politicians in Nigeria who has been consistent with the principle of internal democracy. And it's from Atiku to say, oh, you left the party, but nobody is talking about what the events that led to the exit of Atiku Abubakar out of the party. Violation of internal democracy, whereby a political party that is a national party will come and tell Nigeria that we have only one presidential nomination form. Now, who is developing the party? Those who said we have one form for presidential aspirants, or those who are saying make it open for Nigerians or for all the delegates to make a choice. Atiku has been consistent with internal democracy. Atiku would have given you his words. He would have discussed with you. You make an argument that the northern candidate has emerged. The south should have the national chairman. Yes, he can't do it alone. At the time he's discussing with you as a leader, as an experienced politician, he must have met that promise he made to you, even though I'm not party to that discussion. But he will consult with the other leaders of the party to explore the internal and constitutional mechanism to effect your demand. And when majority is saying this is impracticable in view of all the circumstances put in place, the man is bound to subordinate. So you asking a man who is going to govern this country, where Nigerians are talking about breakdown of rule of law, to begin to break the rules and regulation of his party. If Atiku Abubakar says and boasts to you to say, I will push out you by force or by fire, and is able to do it, that will be a major campaign point against him by the other party, that the man is not yet president, or is already rubbishing the constitution of his party. He has that fidelity to the party constitution to convince Nigerians that when he's elected, he will equally be subordinated to the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, a lawyer, a political scientist, a patriot, the first thing that you must believe and you must uphold is the tenets of your political party, which is the document. That's why when parties are registered, INEC will demand for your constitution. It is the Bible that guides. The wrong person is that person that violates the rules of the constitution of his or her party. The right person is the one that is upholding the constitution of the party. It is when you uphold the constitutional provision of a party, then you have internal democracy, and then you cannot argue for inter-party democracy, and you cannot have a foundation for the rule of law. Once these three issues are captured, you have a real democracy that will bring about fulfillment of these promises. When you make promises about road, about school, about health, about agriculture, about security, and there's no rule of law, it is fake. And I laugh when people say Atiku is a unifier, he cannot unify his party. Which comes first, rule of law or unification? It is the rule of law that can unify the country. When you uphold the rule of law, you mean do things right. When you do things right, that is the first principle of healing the anxiety or the grievances of people. When Nigerians are sure that you're going to do things right, 50% have captured their emotions and you have captured their relaxation to believe that there is a hope in the future. So when you are not saying remove IU, yes, you can say so. But when the request is in confrontation with an explicit provision of a constitution, then you need to subordinate yourself. People talk about, doctrine of necessity.
Yes, that's what I was going to.
You only invoke doctrine of necessity when there is no explicit provision in the constitution that is going to solve that particular problem. Doctrine of necessity was invoked in the case of Yar'Adua Jonathan because the constitution of Nigeria didn't have a provision of what will happen if a person has traveled overseas for a long time without transmitting the authority of the presidency to his wife. There was a lacuna. The Nigerian constitution didn't capture that, and some people were exploiting that lacuna, waiting for a long time, and there's no explicit provision in the constitution that can be invoked either by the parliament or by the judiciary. The parliament now decided to come back with the concept of doctrine of necessity. That doctrine of necessity was invoked because there was no provision in the constitution that at that time should be relied upon to address the long, absence of the president from office. So you don't invoke doctrine of necessity when there is a provision in the constitution that will solve the particular problem.
But let me ask this question.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to do that, there will also be an argument on the other side.
Yes.
When you say there was no lacuna because the constitution, the PDP constitution already had an answer.
Yeah.
When a national chairman resigns.
Yes.
But in a case where they are saying you cannot have a national chairman from the north and a presidential candidate from the north, is that not a strange case? Now, that we can also invoke doctrine of necessity.
Yes. Now, when judges give judgment, they rely on 2 things: doctrine of precedent and the status. A judge will not leap into a conclusion without a precedent and without the status. If there is a statutory provision in respect of the subject matter, no judge can begin to invoke his or her discretionary act. Otherwise, it will become a judicial corruption. So judges give judgment on the basis of statutory provision or on the basis of precedent. Now, in this case, there is both precedent and statute. Precedent in the sense that this is not the first time the PDP is having a national chairman and a presidential candidate from the same zone. But in most cases, they don't know.
Can you give us one example?
Of course, Ahmadu Ali was national chairman from Kogi State, and Letman Yar'Adua was presidential candidate from Katsina State, from the north. But the PDP knew that the election of Musa Yar'Adua and his victory, he's going to necessarily transfer the power to the south because they had just few months left to the election and few months left for the tenure of Ahmadu Ali. So when you have this kind of situations, the party is cognizant of this fact. That's why you say if it is such an important issue to the presidential aspirant from the south that the two cannot come from a place, then you must have demonstrated a political foresight. You are telling us either you were so convinced you will win, so it didn't matter, or that you were pursuing your interest, not the regional interest, or that you didn't have the political foresight. So which one are you going to take? Because if it's new,
but you cannot conclude that he was pursuing his own interest. Because the man mentioned, he said it's not about me, it's not about you.
If it's not about you,
yes.
Before you moved into the contest, these issues would have been resolved. And I'm saying it would have been resolved either by resolution of NEC to say
it should be
we never reform that if by event a noted candidate emerged for our primaries, this is it becomes the rule of the party and it becomes the consensus of the party to now have an acting chairman who will by this decision know that both the chairman and the acting we have to give way. If it is a resolution of NEC, it becomes an official decision of the party. Let me tell you, my dear sister, before you go into conduct of primaries, there are guidelines.
Yes. Therefore,
this will be in the guideline. We're going to an open contest. We want to throw it open for the candidates, for the delegates to come and elect the candidate of a choice. But in the event that a noted candidate is nominated, the chairman shall move to the south. So if you didn't insist, meaning you were convinced that you will win, or you were concerned about your personal interest, or you did not have the political foresight, or you knew that it's such an intricate thing that is not achievable given the time that is allowed for the campaigns and for the election.
But what did the people? There's something yes, from this point you just made, because we have little time now. Very soon we'll be rounding up this session.
Yes.
From this, your last point.
Yes.
There was a convention, a special convention for primaries, and it will not have been out of place if somebody who says that there may be a scenario when this a northern candidate will emerge, and they come up in that convention to say, I want to please appeal to the party. Just like you said, if the northern candidate emerges from, then let them use that convention to say, okay, the chairmanship position, the other position will have to move. Like you said, but they didn't look at this. And he is saying, don't underestimate what this group are doing. Because there was a protest today in one of the states. And the protest is still on Ayu must go. So if Ayu takes a decision now to say he's not leaving, would that not affect the PDP chances?
You see, we're saying the same thing. Somebody is saying, violate the constitution of my party. That's dangerous to democracy. Democrats will not take that. Yes, invoke the doctrine of necessity.
Yes.
That can only be done if there is no provision in the constitution that can solve the particular problem.
But they can also call for another neck.
Now,
they can call for a neck meeting to do that.
Yes. Now, what you are asking for is that the national chairman should be exited without recourse to the provision of the constitution. They're
not asking for just the national chairman.
Okay, no.
They're asking for national chairman and the deputy national chairman.
Now, if you force out
the two of them.
Let's place this scenario. Supposing IU decides to be phony to the PDP, like somebody is alleging he collected this, he collected that. That's a Democrat, a seasoned politician, and a scholar. If he wants to be phony and say, okay, Jeremy, I resign. You forced to resign, I tender my resignation letter. You now ask the deputy chairman, national chairman to resign. He's on with you on the subject. He resigns. On Monday, on Tuesday in the court.
He goes to court to say the first thing.
On Tuesday, you've destroyed the party.
That is it.
So, are they asking the man to be sincere to the party or to be dishonest? He is saying, and everybody is saying, the neck is the highest organ of the party. You had the opportunity. Let me tell you, the Rivers State governor is my friend. And I don't want people to postulate on issues that you cannot defend. If you so love the south of Nigeria, you would have advocated for the zoning of the presidency to the southeast. The south where I come from is not entitled to presidency by zoning because there's no party leader.
Thank you so much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.